Testing. 1, 2, testing. What's going on, man? It's your boy, Professor Q, in the building with another Fathers Are Us, ... Tales from the Fatherhood. Now, this is the Tradition Edition. Now, what do I mean by Tradition Edition? Okay, so we was discussing earlier about how people and relationships, significant others, do differently in comparison to back in the days, to how they was raised, and to the values and the morality measurement that some have, some don't, some wasn't instilled with it, some never seen it, so they don't know what it looked like. And this has become an issue not just in our personal lives. This has become an issue on a standpoint like national. It's national standpoint. I'm not sure if y'all are aware. Well, okay, before I get into it, shouts out to the About My Daddy Business Fatherhood program. Y'all check that out. Gives a lot of good insights on which way's up, who, what, when, where, what you do as a father. A lot of resources aren't rendered to you as they are to our softer counterparts. So, About My Daddy Business is a wonderful group of constituents like us, like myself, who need to have some help, man. Sometimes some encouragement, a little bit of this, that, and the third, food banks, toy drives, all type of resources. Shouts out to Kane Law. For giving me some assistance, man. They real good on the family stuff. All your law needs, Kane Law. Excess Wireless. And whoever else I feel like I'm not mentioning, they'll think about. But anyway, get right into it. Back in the days, you used to have, it was a symbol of notoriety or respect to be a good homemaker. You know what I'm saying? To be a good, if you was a man, to be a good man to provide for your home. Yeah, he had his things he did outside, probably 2 towns over, or something like that, but he brought his ass home. He paid, made sure everything's paid. Today I got a special guest, get some insight, and yes, this is the one, because at the end of the day, fathers are us. We are not into battering or belittling any other groups of people or even the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Right is right, wrong is wrong. We're just here to differentiate and determine our points and plans of action. Some people don't acknowledge some of these things, and some do. But yes, we have Miss K Lane. You know what I'm saying? She yeah, you introduce yourself. Speak, say hello.
What's going on?
Yeah. What is your, I know where you born, but what is your family traditional point of origin from?
My family's from Jamaica.
Okay. So, to people who don't know, in the layman's terms, you know what I'm saying, they had this thing called Passport Bros, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shouts out to the Passport Bros if you found something different. But Passport Bros is a group of people who get their passports and then they go and travel the world, because manly men, fatherly fathers, or people who build and stuff like that is appreciated more in other places. So they have the Passport Bros. This has been a thing online. A lot of these women get mad at it. A lot of women just peeping game and seeing like how to tighten their shit up so they don't lose the men that come from this country because they go other places. You know what I'm saying? In search of that element. Me, I'm American, but I know my origin. But we Indian. All my people, we like Indian. So American Indian. So I know about value systems and stuff like that, but I was raised by my grandma. Who raised you, Miss K? Who raised you?
My mother, my father, and my whole entire family. We're very close to that.
All was there.
Grandma, grandpa, my mother's side.
Okay, so you've seen thriving marriages.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen what a good husband does in regards to his
Mother does. With a
home
wife.
front. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
You make it work regardless.
all right. So is it safe to say that some people who grow up not seeing that are susceptible or prone to repeat what they have not seen? Would you say that is a fair observation?
Somewhat.
Right. But then, like, you know, you got your exceptions. You
The
got your exception. The dandelion that grows in the fucking driveway. The fucking rose that comes up in the middle of the parking lot. Exception every now and then. But people are prone to repeating or regurgitating the things that they've grown up in or grown up not seeing or grown up seeing. And so, like, humans are creatures of habit. And
it's hard to
you know what I'm saying? It's like in the animal world, that ain't a thing for the alpha and alpha male and alpha female running the pack, running the clan, running the herd. You know what I'm saying? School. I mean, there's so many different terms for what animals have for their groups of socialization.
And the dynamics do not change.
And the dynamic, it never changes. Because the biggest motherfucker is the one who eats the little motherfucker. The biggest, the most prettiest, you know what I'm saying, female who yields and holds the nest down, like, that gets more gratification. And so that has worked for animals and other. Y'all, excuse me, man. I have it is cold outside, so yada yada yada. But anyway, that has sustained animal kingdom. This hierarchy, this patriarch, this pecking order, if you will. The way God intended it to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, the male's job in the animal kingdom is to let their presence be known. So therefore, people gonna respect their family, their pride. You know what I'm saying? The lion. That's that they gonna protect territory. And then when something comes in, you know what I'm saying, that's too much for the lioness to handle, then you know what I'm saying, the lion, the one with the mane come along and deliver the kill blow, boom, and take them on down. Or run off these other stragglers, these niggas who try to tear down you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's that. But us as people, humans, have strayed away from what
Family dynamic.
the dynamic of family, the dynamic of the pack, the dynamic of, you know what I'm saying? They've strayed away from that. And I feel that is part of the reason why marriage count has went down. A lot of fatherless children, motherless children. lost, young, man, they going to jail young, walk around toting these pistols with these long clips because a man ain't teach them, you know what I'm saying, how to, hey man, you don't flaunt it like that, you don't walk around with it like that, you get more flies with honey than you do with it, this, that, third. But see, like, when a person has a good blend of this, that, and the third, when they have a good blend of stuff, structure, and molding, they tend to have a little more roots and stuff to pass on. You know what I'm saying? Not just Grand Theft Auto. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of the most heinous crimes, a lot of the most heinous things have been done because that was what was raising and instilling something. They didn't have the right instillment. Yeah, they're grown. Yeah, they're an adult. Yeah, people are atoning for their own actions, but it's the instillment and the programming initially that I feel had done took a toll. They used to say gangster rap made them do it. Remember that? They blaming music. And they also use, like, it's a lot of things, a lot of outside influences people could try to blame things on instead of accepting responsibility for not doing your part. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of different views on things, but at the end of the day, you can only do or co-sign on what worked for you or how it worked. Yeah. So how long was your folks married? K, Miss K.
I say 24 years.
24 years. That's older than a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good little thrive, you know what I'm saying? Now, even
My grandparents was married for.
How long were they married for?
I don't even know. They died together.
They died together. I'm talking about how long did they live together?
I'm just saying, they never left one another. They stayed together.
But how long ago was it they got together?
I don't know.
1900.
60 or 70 years? I don't know.
I'm saying.
About 70 years.
The 30s, the 40s, the 50s.
They was married. They were married probably in their 20s or teens. And they died.
So like high school sweethearts and some shit.
They not
Island sweethearts. Same villages and shit like that, or
they were not
compatible.
My grandmother came from here, and they thought
from where?
Higher, you know.
Oh, okay.
Money.
So like, yeah,
my grandfather did not, but they came.
Where did he come from?
He was not as wealthy as my grandmother.
You got to tell me, man. These people can't.
And both were from Kingston.
These people
Kingston,
can't
Jamaica.
see you.
Both of them are from Kingston, Jamaica.
So there is Kingston, Jamaica.
Kingston. Class,
so you have upper class Kingston and then lower class Kingston.
Yeah.
Or like country town. So where your mom and them?
From Kingston.
They from Kingston too?
Yeah.
Everybody from Kingston?
Yeah.
Kingston, Jamaica. Right. That's alright though, but like I remember they were like somebody said they was from the country part, and then somebody else said they was from, but at the end of the day, it's the value system. It's the value system that joined them together. You feel me?
Right.
She was aware and acknowledgeable of the values that belong in a good home. He was, you know what I'm saying, susceptible.
They wasn't perfect, but they
because the values of a good home, and that's the difference. A lot of times these days, Americanized, and like I say, this is not a bashing show. This is not a downplay show. Americanized women and Americanized men have obscure views. You know what I'm saying? Obscure views on what.
They didn't see the dynamic. They didn't
You know what I'm saying?
To even want to try to make it work.
There you go. And so that takes its toll. You know? Are your folks still alive and still with us? I know, you know what I'm saying? Okay, see? So do they still communicate even though they've completely in different places, but they still communicate with each other? Yes?
For the most part, yeah. My mother's still there for my dad.
But that's genuine though.
And that's because they always,
show support.
Show support.
That's genuine though. You know what I'm saying? That's genuine. How can you know what I'm saying? And like, get what? Even if everything is balloons, sunshine and lollipops, or it's gray skies and rain on the daffodils. Like, guess what? For a person to still even acknowledge you and coexist with you and deal with you after that.
My mother will always say,
that's priceless.
It's priceless. My father was a good father.
It's priceless, man. So she is still
acknowledgeable
of a man being a stand-up father in the time he was. Right. Even though but the time he was, that is valuable. Your mother is a woman of impeccable character from the sounds of it.
If she had to do it again, he would be the father of her children.
Y'all hear that, America?
Because he was a great
provider. Come from a real provider, a real woman who acknowledges what was loyal and what was true.
She never downplayed him, never talked bad about him.
See?
I never knew until I grew up.
See?
Because she always respected him.
The situation, and
they didn't work out forever.
Yeah, but hey man,
respect.
And
now you make a baby with somebody, you know who they are, you love them, but when things don't go right, you want to downplay them and talk bad about them. But you know who they are. They're human. First of all, that's what it is. They're human.
Yeah.
So why bad mouth them because it didn't work out? Yeah. Especially when you have the children.
Come on, man.
You have to make that shit work anyway. Like you have to have respect regardless for the children.
There you go.
Because that is a man and you are a woman and y'all knew when you got together who y'all were.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Like that is.
So what it didn't work out. But you still have the values for the children to keep structure.
Values,
work together.
Structure.
And that's what doesn't happen now.
And these days, okay, there you go. See, that's what I want to hear. Go ahead, talk about. Tell me now. You know what I'm saying? You see, there you go. And see, I'm not saying that
your children need the man. Your children need the mother, so you still need to work together.
And I'm not saying that a person who happens to grow up without a father per se, but a father figure is still needed in some kind of way. Guess what? A father figure can teach a young lady how to be a respectable young lady in the eyes of other men, because
teach them how to be treated
and teach them how to keep an eye out for who and what to respect and who and what to look over and disregard. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man's place in a young lady's upbringing is very viable, as well as it is with his sons. So, you know what I'm saying? He has to have some kind of view of a good woman, or see a good woman in his life who took an impact for him to know what it is. Like, I was raised with my grandma, so I know a good woman gonna cook. She gonna keep the house clean. She gonna, you know what I'm saying, make sure that everybody else is taken care of. But then I also saw what a good grandmother did by like being long-suffering when it came to her daughter, you know what I'm saying, getting right, but she always just had faith. I remember going to rehabs on Sunday after church with my grandma, and this before my little sister was born. And we go visit her, and then we'll sit down in the little meeting area, eat the little food, and then talk. And a lot of times it would just smoke and mirrors coming on her end because she wasn't ready to assume responsibility for her actions. I'm talking about my mom. But at the end of the day, she said it, and I knew she had an idea to mean well, but it all was smoke and mirrors. So now I'm kind of like standoffish with things that a woman or even my mama will say because I want to see some action behind that shit. And when I don't see no action behind that shit, it pushes my buttons because a motherfucker never seen action until I started putting press button. Without me doing anything or having any kind of hand in it, it wasn't no real feedback that was my desired results. Now, as a man, I thought about that, and I don't want to try to retain or, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that somebody else done, and I don't want to relay the same elements to my children. You know what I'm saying? I want them to have, so that was one of my motivations over the years, you know what I'm saying, of sticking it out with people who never showed me shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't really showed me exactly what
you knew you deserved.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But that long suffering element with my grandma was like, you know, you just pray about it. But prayer without action is just prayer. You see what I'm saying? It's like you saying you gonna pray for something, but then
you don't make the effort
to go towards it. You saying I'm praying for my financial situation to get right. But then you sit home and stay home all day and then don't never go nowhere, and you got all the tools to do what you need to do. You got all the ways and people know the right people, but they ain't put no steam behind it because you're afraid of failing. You don't want to fail. But see, when you fail, that's how you get good at doing what you do. It takes failure to make a winner. And that's the whole idea of life. But the thing is, animals don't have that conception because it's either lose or fail. I mean, win or lose. Live or die. You know what I'm saying? Eat or be eaten. That's their society. Us as people made in the image of God are designed to grow. And we're designed to excel. We're designed to not be stagnant. We're designed to want better of everything. So even if something gets good and been good, and it's always going to be good because it's complacent. That's being complacent. Because it ain't got harder. But when things get harder, that's what makes things tested and strong and strength.
And then people want to leave when it get hard.
Yeah. So people are very blind-eyed to
and you still need the
drama.
The structure is, even with that drama, or even with the bad, you have to always look at the good.
Pick and choose. Pick the good out of it.
Even if you argue.
Apply it. You know what I'm saying? Utilize it. You know, you can learn from watching others. You can learn from other people.
All this makes the dynamic of a good family. That's what makes.
There you go.
Longevity in a relationship.
Tradition is what makes a family a family. It's tradition because the tradition they looking for. Man, look here, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. We all going to grandma's. I can't wait till this, that, and third. We going to mom's house. I can't wait for this and third. We going to go over there and eat at my dad's house. When you develop a tradition, other things from other people don't even matter anymore because of the tradition that you have developed and you've put one in place in order for your kids to set and carry on. But us, well, not necessarily us, but people in general, tend to hold on to other people's tradition instead of making their own traditions.
But that's the problem with society in itself. You can make other traditions, but you still, if you have a good dynamic in a family, you still keep your own traditions, and then you make your own. You still can, you know what I'm saying? That's like the base. That's your base.
Yeah.
But
you have to have that. It's like, okay, boom.
Like, if you do bad,
you remember
if
you
when you were raised good, you're gonna slip and you're gonna fall. But if you had good structure, you're always gonna
get back up.
If
you were taught to get back up. Some people weren't taught to get back up. Some people were taught when it get hard and get tough, go do something else. You see this? Some people were taught when it's hard and it's tough, go do something easier. Some people were taught like that. Oh, it's okay to quit. You'll do something else.
That's the main reason you don't.
It's okay to quit. That's the reason
that's why
people
you don't have woman and man in the family no more.
Yeah, that's why the reason people don't. That's the reason people don't goddamn have that long suffering and that long view of what could benefit from sticking it out, what could benefit from holding it down, how far you could go if you just kept it, you know what I'm saying, on the level, kept your head straight instead of making a decision for somebody else. Like, it's a lot of different things to say about that, but overall, in general, it has to do with people falling back from tradition and, you know what I'm saying, not, you know what I'm saying, carrying on the things that were taught in the old ways. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this is a new time, but guess what? It worked for them. See what I'm saying? If it worked for them, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? It worked for them. So it's like, I feel, and this is just an unbiased judgment, because I am a man, but I'm not a masochist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm, what you call it, a masochist or a woman hater. I'm not that. So, I've seen the pluses on it. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, I remember my granddaddy, and I remember seeing how long they was together. But then I also remember seeing how sad she was when they split. And I also remember seeing my grandma never get with another man after she went through what she went through. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to have that balance and be willing to put forth a good effort and a good foot. But in order to do that, you got to know what good is. You know what I'm saying? And give me a couple of closing words or something like that from the female's perspective about how women, you know, it wouldn't hurt to embrace some of the older values. Could you?
Yeah, older values is very important. It's my stuff. That's why everything is crazy now, because we don't have those old values.
Yeah.
You know, they're old.
Part of like the glue that keeps
just like when
a home happy.
Yeah, we don't have it.
From the men to the women.
We're easy to give up.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, in general, man, you know, there's nothing wrong with tradition, man, or learning tradition. But if you want to try to avoid the pitfalls thereof, you look at that person who you're thinking about getting with and look at her folks and look at the tradition that they have and they do or they've done, and then you'll know what you're dealing with in front of you. Because you can't never see. Nobody knows this stuff. You don't have a fucking crystal ball. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never know until you actually get with that person and find out for yourself. But that's the thing about life. You get knocked down, you get back up and try again. Us as a whole have to learn how to be able to adapt and kind of take the good with the bad. That's why the yin and yang has a dark side and a light side. It takes balance. In closing, man, tradition is necessary if you want to raise your kids with some kind of rooting and some kind of upbringing that's going to represent you and your family name properly. I'm Professor Q, and this is K Lane, representing the traditional women, you know. And this is Fathers Are Us, ... Tales from the Fatherhood, the Tradition edition. Y'all stay down till you come up and keep your head up. Peace.